All right, so we're going to kick it off. This is our annual town hall meeting. And the purpose of this town hall meeting is to not only mention everything we've accomplished over the last year, but also showcase what we plan to accomplish for this year. And we're very excited to have you all involved as members. And if you want to get more involved, we have plenty of opportunities. So I'm Allie Baird, our current Society of Vascular Nursing president. I've been on our board since 2018 and proud to be a part of it. And I've met some of my best friends that I would call family through Society of Vascular Nursing. Just so proud to be here and represent. And I am so proud to be accompanied by Karen Bauer, our past president. She's a phenomenal friend of mine, colleague, and a great representation of our society. And then you all will have the pleasure of having Susanna Patrick, who is truly a force as our president-elect. She is highly involved, highly accomplished, but she's also your best friend. She will help guide you through whichever you need in life, whether that's personal or professional. So very, very lucky to have her by my side as well. And then next, here's a picture of all of our phenomenal board members. I just want them to have the spotlight as well. We wouldn't be able to be as successful as we are as a society and as a board without all these phenomenal people. I can say ladies because it's all ladies, but we do not discriminate. We would be very open to having some males on the board as well. I'm going to introduce, we have Jenna Sellers as one of our directors. She's phenomenal. She's very, very involved. Karen Hanahan, I always mispronounce your last name. There she is in Boston with the best accent you'll ever hear. Treasurer. She's keeping us in line financially. We have Wendy Lobo, who's one of our new directors. She is a lead APP at her institution. She helps develop programs, educational resources. She's incredible. Michelle Buckley, one of our directors, she is a limb preservation specialist. She's also been a professor and a teacher, and just she's a great person to have on our board. And then Sarah Rosenberger, a new director as well. She is phenomenal. She gives lots of presentations. She's developed a lot of our educational tools you'll hear about soon. And she'll be leading our future vascular boot camp. So more to come on these phenomenal board members. All right, so here are some really important save the dates. So if you leave this meeting, these are some things I don't want you to forget. Number one, January 2nd, which I know is the day after a holiday, our abstract site closes. So if you would like to present, which I highly encourage anyone, even if you're scared, we will help motivate you and also mentor you through that process. So get those abstracts in. If you're not sure what to submit or how to submit, etc., we have resources and people that can help you through that process. So please reach out to us. And I promise whatever you have to say is important. March 1st, 2026 is our award submission deadline. And then June 10th through 11th is our annual conference. It's our 44th conference, and it's in Boston, Massachusetts this year. So it's going to be gorgeous. There's plenty to do in Boston. We have a lot of vascular nurse members that live in Boston, but we also have obviously our vascular surgery and medicine physicians who practice at all those institutions. So it's going to be a very robust and rigorous conference. We're excited.
And you can all get your Boston accent on.
Yeah, and our duck tours.
Yeah.
And more planning and fun events to come. So stay tuned. So I just want to go over quickly our 2025 accomplishments. And remember, Karen Bauer was our president during this time, and she moved a lot of needles and work forward with obviously our board and our members. We hosted our successful annual conference, the 43rd conference in New Orleans, which was a lot of fun on Bourbon Street, as you can imagine. And just we had a lot of participation and a great conference with material in vascular disease. We have developed and launched in partnership with SVS and APMA the wound care curriculum. We have online modules for this, and then we also are offering an in-person workshop at our upcoming conference in 2026. So that's been a huge initiative Thank you to our education committee. A lot of work getting towards that finish line. Appreciate you all. Collaborative partnerships with key organizations with SVS representing, such as conferences AVF, DEF CON, ISET, SVM, and Viva, and more. So thank you to all of our members who have represented us so well to speak on behalf of obviously our society, but also moving the needle with caring for the vascular patient. We've hosted and had lots of roundtables in the last year in collaboration with multiple societies, including American Vein and Lymphatic Society, the Hanger Clinic Association with Advancement of Wound Care. Oops, there we go. And PAD Collaborative. We have a lot more roundtables coming up in 2026. They're going to be quarterly, so we have more updates coming soon about those. We're very excited. Our 2026 annual conference abstract site is open. Like I just said, it's live, it's hot. We're super excited to have people submit, and that closes January 2nd. So get those abstracts in. We've got about a month. We've launched post-op pearls for vascular nursing, a quick reference module to support vascular surgery patients. This had a lot of players in this to move it forward, and I couldn't be more thankful. It's a great resource for our members and non-members, and we're really excited that that was launched this year. Next slide. Membership report. So we are super exciting to say we have hit our goal. As a board, we wanted to hit 350, and we did. The largest number SVN has seen in 5 years. So round of applause to everyone for encouraging their friends, their colleagues to join SVN. It's a great membership with a lot of resources and a lot of perks that we're going to go over, but also just a family and a community to be a part of. And shameless plug, it's time to renew for 2026 to maintain your journal membership and member discount. So please renew. I'll be renewing mine as well. We're launching the Gift of Membership campaign during Vascular Nurses Week. I think that was a huge success and a contribution to why we're hitting such a big number. So we're really thankful and appreciative to all of this. Top member benefits. We have these post-op vascular pearls that I referred to, and thank you to Chris and Alex. Our patient diagrams are a great resource to print off and have for our patients when we're discussing surgeries, post-op, etc. Much better than pulling up Google, if you ask me. Journal of Vascular Nursing with lots of cutting edge research trials and just moving the needle forward for management of the vascular patient. Discounts on our annual conference, which is always incredible to have. Dual membership with SVS. I'm not sure of any other society that offers this. And our virtual roundtables. Like I said, we're in the midst of planning things such as going over CREST-2 trials. We're hoping to spotlight limb preservation programs. So a lot of exciting topics on the horizon. Next slide. Treasurer report. Thank you, Joanna, for pulling this together. And Karen, I'm just going to give a quick report on behalf of you. I hope you don't mind. So we're really excited to report that our financials are healthy, which is great. Unfortunately, the industry support has been a little bit slim, and that's not just for us. That's all societies that we've heard of from near and far. So that's a common trend. We're hoping to switch that around. We've developed a lot of strong partnerships over the last year with industry partners, and so we're gaining more momentum from grant support, and we're hoping to see some financial turnaround this year. As you can see from the chart here, the majority of our revenue SVN receives is from annual meeting, then followed by educational grants and membership dues. And as for expenses, the majority of the fees are from annual meeting, which includes our AV expenses. So obviously putting up all of our presentations and making sure that flows nicely. Food and beverage, which is always a huge expense, but well worth it in my opinion to bring us together. Meeting support, travel, as well as governance and admin fees. So simply putting, we're in a healthy place. but we do want to continue to grow. And we're making a lot of things happen when it comes to grant support and industry partner relationships. Next slide. Okay, committee updates. And so I'm going to ask those who joined this evening to give their own. But if the committee representative was unable to join, I'm happy to give that update. So I believe I'm going to speak on behalf of Diane Tree Jacobson. She runs our Journal of Vascular Nursing and obviously our practice and research committee. So their top achievements, they continue to finalize literature review on patients with undiagnosed PAD and complications of lower extremity orthopedic procedures. So wanting to be sure to screen those patients appropriately. Continue to submit quarterly research columns and clinical columns where they are submitted. Updates on goals and plan for the rest of the year, completing systemic review for manuscript, continue to submit research columns for JVN. So things that we can help them with, recruiting members to submit clinical columns for JVN, of course. So always submit your research if you have it. And we're going to need a guest editor for our manuscript, since all committee members, including JVN co-editors, are authors. So if you're interested in getting more involved with research, please let us know. We are always looking for volunteers, and I think it's so important as a member of SVN. Next slide. Anne, I think you're here this evening to provide an update.
Yeah, thank you. This is my update. Nora was unable to come tonight, but just wanted to let you know that the conference skeleton is set, and it's going to be pretty similar to last year. We're excited for the January 2nd abstracts to do so that we can start plugging in some speakers. We have met with the APP section. It's going to be similar to last year, lecture and simulation. We did decide to break up the simulation into APPs, who will their scenarios will focus more on imaging, and then an RN simulation whose scenarios will focus on post-op care and wound management. We are still looking for a speaker, hopefully in the Boston area. Maybe some topics such as RN burnout or workforce growth, AI leverage of personalized education, or 3D printing. And then happy to say that we did Boston Scientific Silk Road has agreed to be a sponsor, and they'll sponsor lunch on Thursday.
Thank you, Anne. Our planning committee, they are doing the Lord's work. They spend hours putting up, getting all of this together and planning all the logistics. So I just want to give you all such a warm thank you. I know how much time goes into planning the conference every single year, and you're really not going to want to miss this year. In Boston, it's like I said, it's always very rigorous when it comes to our curriculum for the conference. It's usually one of the more well-attended conferences because it is in Boston. We'll have a lot of fun events that we'll plan around the conference. So we're really excited, and we really encourage you all to submit your abstract, to get involved. And if you have never presented, we're happy to provide mentorship. So thank you so much, Anne. We're excited.
Thank you.
Sarah, are you around to give the update on
here.
education?
I switched. Can you hear me okay? I
Yes.
switched from my phone to a computer. Made it home on time-ish.
Amazing. And you're in your puffer because it's so cold.
I know I haven't taken my coat off yet, but piggybacking on the great work that the planning committee does, certainly, the big lift for education is being present at our conference. It is unbelievably beneficial and resourceful. On top of the great talks, you'll network, you'll get into conversations with people, and it just is a wonderful place to be. But we want to supplement, the education subcommittee wants to supplement that with other education that you can get through the year. So Kristen, Alex, and I co-chair this committee. We have been really hard at work the last year or so. Kristen really spearheaded anatomical diagrams that are available to all members for pretty much all vascular beds. So you can print these out, you can use them to show for patients or to teach your colleagues about what to expect in vascular disease, particularly arterial disease. Post-op Pearls was a labor of love to help nurses who are taking care of our patients perioperatively know what's normal, what's abnormal, what to expect, what to be escalated. This is a free resource for members, as is the anatomy diagrams, and a very nominal cost for non-members. So hopefully we can get them kind of baited in to see what we have available for them. And as Ali mentioned, the roundtables are quarterly education, really drawing people in and trying to find topics that are of interest to them. Our next big projects are working on a nursing boot camp that would be sort of for novice nurses to jump in and get to know vascular, not necessarily novice nurses, but novice to vascular, because we didn't learn that much about vascular disease in nursing school. And then also working on patient education in collaboration with our surgeons. We know that as nurses, we do a lot of the patient educating. And so we were grateful for them when they reached out to us and said, hey, can you help us with cementing something? We really want to be the resource for patients and the resource for nurses. As Ali mentioned, you can go to Google, you can go to UpToDate, you can find stuff, but you don't necessarily know whether it's truly up to date or validated. And so we are a validated, verified source for education and trying to keep nurses engaged in vascular. So if you have interest in educating, if you find this is something you gravitate for, there's room on our committee for small projects or big projects. We'd love to have you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Again, they're being humble. They spend a lot of time, but I would say, and have so much fun with this committee and developing all these resources. The output is incredible. I think I'm seeing in the comments how much we love these post-op pearls, the roundtables. And so I just hats off and thank you to this committee for your incredible work. I do want to say, if you are an avid educator and you just love mentoring, you love developing curriculum and resources, this committee could use some help. They could always use somebody that wants to lead in these areas. So please let us know. You can reach out to me, Joanna, Mo, and obviously Sarah, and they would love to have your partnership. So more to come. Thank you, Sarah. There we go. Perfect. We need you. We love you. Please get involved. We have lots of different, basically, I always like to say swim lanes of work because it's true. We have education. We develop conference planning every year. We have a research avenue. We do have a mentorship program. So there's lots of ways you can get involved, small, medium, or big. We do also have what's called a speakers bureau. And that is something that Karen Bauer developed last year. It's an organized structure for us to develop our speaker list. And so let's say you're an avid speaker or you want to come and become an avid speaker. You would apply to this speakers bureau. You can either have mentorship from one of our mature speakers, or if you are a mature speaker, then you're posted on the website with your specialty. Let's say it's aortic disease, and a society such as, let's say, SVS or maybe Viva could look at our website and say, hey, Anne Luciano is specialized in aortic disease, so we're going to reach out to her to be a speaker at our conference. So it's a great way to stay well networked, but also put your name out there for speaking opportunities. Again, call to action, submit those abstracts. We really want you. I promise when I first joined, I thought no one would want my presentation and that they would have way too many applications and would never consider me. That is totally wrong. We look at every abstract intentionally, and we want to give everyone an opportunity. Even if you're brand new to this, we can mentor you through it, and it's a great and fun way to get involved. Liaison updates. So we have a lot of representatives that are liaisons. So let me just parse out the difference. I just went over our committees. So that's internal. That's a part of Society of Vascular Nursing and all of our swim lanes of work that I just went through. A liaison is someone who is a member of Society of Vascular Nursing who represents our society on a different committee outside or external to SVN. I hope that makes sense. So, for example, we have Karen Bauer, our past president, who represents the alliance of, or us on behalf of the alliance of the wound care stakeholders. Chris Owen, who is our representative for the SVS APP section. Gabrielle Grayson, who's here this evening, and so is Chris, by the way, with her Journal of Vascular Nursing behind her. For SVS Vascular Verification Program, we have Jacqueline Page, Inter-Societal Accreditation Commission, Rebecca Brown, AHA PVD Council, Susanna Fitzpatrick, our upcoming president, and Karen Bauer, past president, American Venous Forum, and then Michelle Buckley, AHA PAD National Action Plan. So whenever these big movements are happening, we have a seat at the table. We represent our society, and that's what a liaison is. We're really excited about all this. So we're going to have each and every one of them give an update. Chris Owen.
All right. Hi, everybody. Super excited about being the liaison for the SVS APP section. And a plug for this section, as SVN members, you are also a member of the SVS. So if you are an advanced practice provider or an advanced practice registered nurse, you can go into your profile and select the SVS APP section. And in that section, you will be able to be in the SVS Connect, where discussions will be posted and all kinds of communication with your advanced practice provider peers. So do it tonight. We have been doing a lot of work for over this past year. We are the inaugural steering committee. We are a team of 12. We are 6 NPs and 6 PAs, all working within vascular surgery. One of our initial initiatives was to sort of define what a vascular advanced practice provider was. And so we set out to do some research, and we've put together an outline, and it is in the hands of the SVS doc committee to review so that we can go ahead and publish what we found and what we have put together as a guideline of what a successful vascular advanced practice provider needs in order to care for our vascular patients. So that was one of our really big initiatives. I'm super excited that within 6 months, we've got that off the ground, and it's with SVS. So hopefully by 26, we can say that we've published something, which will be super great. We've done a lot of recognition and promotions for our section members. We have this hashtag, it's SVS APP section. So if you're in there and you are posting anything on social media and you're using your hashtag #IamSVN, also add SVS APP section. If you're an APRN, that would be awesome. We also have representatives on several committees. For instance, we have a representative with the program committee for the 4 hours that we will share on the Thursday, June 11th. Super excited about this. So it's comprised of 3 nurse practitioners and 3 PAs. And they will be working together to build a robust program. Let's see, we have a liaison to the SVS Leadership Development course. We also have 1 nurse practitioner and 1 PA that represent the Clinical Practice Committee within SVS. And we are also working on our position statement for the competencies and developing onboarding tools for vascular APPs. We have also collaborated with SVN, and we are part of the Speakers Bureau. We will be integrating a PA to review some of the PAs that come through the Speakers Bureau, but super excited to be able to collaborate with SVN to offer this to everyone, a larger body of people. And then we are in the process of putting together a recognition for the Vascular APP award, which hopefully would happen at the SVS. So we're still in the process of trying to pull that all together. So that's just a snapshot of what we've been working on. I think there's a couple of other things, but I can't remember them all. So there we go. Super excited about this.
Thanks,
Update
Chris.
profile.
Chris is one of our presidents, past presidents, and she's incredible. Sorry for my dogs. Like Chris said, if you haven't joined the APP section, please let us know, and we're happy to add you. This is a member benefit with SVS. So Joanna just put that in the chat box. Easy for us to just switch it over. If you want to just like email us, we're happy to make it happen. It takes 2 seconds. So thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. I will present on behalf of Jacqueline. So she is our liaison for IAC. She's been our representative. She's going to be representing us this year. Oh, Jacqueline,
Sorry.
please present. You're fine. I'm so glad you're here.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was taking a phone call when you were going through that other slide. Sorry. So I'm Jackie Page. I am the IAC Intersocietal Accreditation Commission SVN representative. I was elected into the position December of last year. We had our first large board meeting in January of 2025. And, I'm still trying to get an idea of what we do here. It's basically voting on accrediting like vascular labs, OBLs, that kind of thing. I'm still learning the ropes. Everybody that's there has been incredibly kind. We just had a new vote open up just yesterday, I think, that we got a vote on. But essentially, we vote every quarter on locations that want to be accredited with the IAC. And our next even bigger meeting is this coming January. But I'm just really appreciative of the opportunity. I'm learning a lot. It is a little overwhelming at first. Like I met Dr. Rook, who made up the Rook book,
Yeah.
and he is warm and fuzzy, just like his boot. Like he was just a really nice person. And so meeting all of these titans that I've read these articles about and that I've seen their products and stuff, it's just been crazy, So I'm really fortunate. I'm really thankful to SVN for this opportunity, and I hope to be able to keep you guys updated with more exciting things.
First of all, thank you, Jackie. I've been calling you Jacqueline. And just that is a great testimony to how you can get involved with SVN and how we can spread near and far with all these connections and collaborations. And we appreciate your representing us so well.
Thank you.
Okay, Susanna.
Hi, I'm Susanna. So myself and Karen Bauer and Sarah Rosenberger are all representatives on the American Venous Forum. We are currently planning their APP session for their annual conference, which is really wonderful to have a seat at that table. They're so grateful for us. If you're not familiar, they really focus on venous disease, which is something that APPs and nurses oftentimes do independently. So it's really great for us to have a seat at that table. I'm also on their overall membership committee, which has been interesting because I'm surrounded by surgeons and physicians, many of which have not experienced an APP working independently. So I have been thrilled to be able to educate them about that. This year, we are going to their conference. Many of us are going in Denver. If you have an opportunity to go, it's a great opportunity. Many of us will be there. It's a fairly small conference, so it's really intimate, but still really wonderful. You learn a ton. And then they will continue to have opportunities for us in the membership committee and other things there. That's it.
Thank you, Susanna. Okay, and Susanna again. Back to back.
Is it still, I just see ABF again.
Oh, is it the same slide? Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go. Thank you. Michelle Buckley, I'm going to represent or present on behalf of Michelle and Karen this evening for their liaisons for the AHA PAD National Action Plan Steering Committee. That's a mouthful. And they have been phenomenal representation for SVN. I know Karen did it last year, and it's kind of moving towards Michelle this year. Top achievements, collaborative September roundtable. So that's been a nice pull through. Release of PAD screening toolkit. Release of PAD vodcast, successful transition of Michelle to steering group, succeeding Nancy Crowell, one of our past presidents. And then updates on goals, plans for the rest of the year. They plan to participate in small group activity, share any PAD research papers, and work on a screening guide for the community. So thank you both. All right, next slide. I think that, there we go. Rebecca Brown, I'll present on behalf of her for the HAPVD Council, which I know sounds similar, but it is different. Top achievements including attached reporting document of what SVN reported to HAPVD Council and updates from the council that may be relevant. So essentially, she represents us. They move a lot of work forward in the vascular space, not just PAD. And they plan to participate in the task force for a community screening toolkit. So similar to the previous slide, but it is a different committee. Thank you, Rebecca. Karen Bauer is out of the country, so she's probably hopefully asleep at this point. I'm going to present on behalf of her for the Alliance of Wound Care Stakeholders. She has been working very hard to keep that relationship, and it's been a fruitful one. Key highlights including the LCD updates and advocacy, point of care imaging working group. She is the current chair, and plans for next year, advocacy with PAD and critical limb ischemia, and then wound and vascular integration. Gabrielle, let's hear it.
Well, hello, everyone. Glad to be here this evening. I'm proud to say that we have a seat at the table at the SVS. I am on the Vascular Verification Program Task Force Committee, as well as the first non-physician to be in the SVS Fellowship or FIT training program. So my top achievements this year is that I have been able to be a part of that vascular verification program and submit changes that need to occur for nursing education in that program. It's not a very robust, what am I trying to say? It's not a very robust list of things that nurses need to contribute in terms of being certified in that program. Additionally, for the fellowship and training, I've been attending these meetings at least every other month with projects that I'm implementing here at our vascular verified hospital. And what I'd like to say is that just to have a seat at the table with the SVS and for them to open this up for nurses or APRNs was huge. And Karen and I were very, very proud to have done that. What we'd like to do moving forward is to continue these relationships. And once I'm no longer in the FIT program, which it's about a year long, we still would like for other members of SVN to continue on with that. And they're changing the bylaws to include us for the future. Additionally, the vascular verification program started out with just 4 hospitals nationally. We've grown exponentially. I think there's 10 vascular verified hospitals, and that tenure is about 3 years. So I'd like for us to continue to sit on those committees even long after I'm done with SVN and retired and all of this. But that's pretty much it. I'm just glad that we have a seat at the table now as nurses.
Thank you, Gabrielle. She's essentially a celebrity and has met every celebrity there ever was. And so if she sits on this committee, then like SVN is going to be a celebrity forever. Just kidding, but for real. Thank you so much, Gabrielle. She's incredible representation for us. And to her point, she's being humble. It was a push to get us on there, but now that we have marched on in, there's no getting rid of us. We can't move forward vascular verification programs without nurses. and APPs. We're a big part of those programs. And so I know Gabrielle agrees with this. We can't be vetting these programs without ensuring there's us to oversee the outcomes and just the approval process. So thank you, Gabrielle. We appreciate you. All right, opportunities to get involved. So we have self-nomination applications for board of director open slots will be available 2026. So as you can see, there are 2 directors on the board. I was a director for a long time and I loved it. It's the best way to get involved and get your foot in the door. As a board member, I never would have seen myself as president. And it's because I was surrounded by the most phenomenal people on this board, motivating me and encouraging me. So it really just takes that one click. And, you know, maybe you applied last year and you want to apply again. Like I'd say just go for it. It's a great way to get involved. Seeking volunteers to join our education committee. Like I said, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces. Thank you, Sarah and Kristen and everyone on that committee, roundtables, vascular boot camp, wound care modules, diagrams, and more. The Journal of Vascular Nursing is seeking manuscript reviewers. I think Susanna reviews about 1,000 a month, so we could use some more help. Shameless plug there. Sign up as a mentor or mentee. We would love to mentor you, but we would also love people to mentor our members as well if you're passionate about that. And you can be in lots of different types of roles, and we would accept you as a mentee. Please contact us to get involved. Text us, call us, email us, and we'd love to have you. Sign up for membership today so we can get to 400 members. That would be a Merry Christmas to all of us. Here's our QR code to make it super easy. And if you go to our conference, I'll just say some of our board members like to sponsor memberships too. So we're very, very generous and we want all of you to come and to join as members and to be a part of this family. So I really just appreciate you all being here. Love you all so much. And like I said, this is the best society to be a part of. Mic drop, end of story. So open forum for questions, comments. We love to hear from you. And I'm going to stop talking. Maybe one of our either board members or members that have been a member for a while just say what they love most about their membership. If we don't have any questions.
I'll take that one. You know, when I joined the SVN, I just wasn't real sure if I would even keep in contact with anyone, but I have forged some really good friendships in this community. I like the fellowship, the camaraderie, the diagrams, the education, and I'm really appreciative of the SVS membership that comes along with it. And also, I've grown exponentially because there's people like Karen Bauer and Susanna Fitzpatrick who really kind of push you and make you feel like, why aren't you doing this already? If it weren't for Susanna Fitzpatrick, I would never have been published. I would never have even had the inkling to do an abstract or to write a manuscript. And for her to say, all right, I'm just going to set a calendar date and then I'll call and check on you and see about your progress. Okay, bye. You know, so it's just made me a better clinician in terms of really wanting to do good for the society and the people that we serve and having the evidence-based practice and research and contributing to that. And I just thank you guys for it. I really do.
That's great, Gabrielle. Thank you for sharing. Jackie, give your hand up.
I do. I'll share a little bit. I'm just thankful for the society for the opportunities that get thrown out via email like all the time. You know, I tend to raise my hand for a lot of things and, you know, I started in vascular surgery as a new grad NP, and I didn't know how to grow my own career inside of a surgical practice. And so SVN has really helped me kind of grow my own career, grow my own practice, and be confident. I have resources, I have people that I can turn to, and I have these opportunities that I never even thought were possible. So, like what Gabrielle said, I got published too. Now I'm on this board of for IAC. There's just, if you want to do it, this society makes it happen, and so I'm thankful for that.
Thank you, Jackie. Do we have any more comments, questions from the group? Again, I just want to say thank you for joining this evening. I know we have a lot of competing priorities, and just the fact that you all show up for us and represent us just means the world. I'm really excited for our momentum moving into 2026, and we couldn't do it without all the members and the board members getting us there every step of the way. But I promise, I always say this is my spiel: the more involved you become, the more you will see, the return on your investment. And I don't mean financial investment. I mean more of you feel it. You feel like you're part of the community. You develop these relationships that you're going to have for a lifetime. So I encourage you to get involved for multiple reasons: for your professional development, for your networking, but also just to be a part of this family. And we appreciate and love you all, and hope you have a great rest of the year and happy holidays. Looking forward to 2026. Bye.